All right, let's jump right into this explainer. We're looking at a question that literally plagues almost every off-grid, RV, and backup power user out there. You know the drill. You park your rig for the winter, shut everything down, but how much charge is that LiFePO4 battery actually losing while it's just sitting there, unused? I mean, we've all heard the marketing hype, right? You glance at a data sheet or watch some product demo, and they promise you practically zero capacity loss. They say, oh, lithium iron phosphate barely self-discharges. Just leave it for months, no problem. But today, we're not just taking their word for it. We're putting those claims to the test using actual real-world diagnostic equipment. So does your battery really lose nothing in storage? It's a critical question. Because relying purely on those data sheet promises without doing your own real-world measurements, well, that can literally leave you in the dark when you need power the most. Every single battery chemistry self-discharges to some degree. The real mystery here is exactly how much and where on earth is that energy going when the system is supposedly turned off. Section 1. The hidden culprits. Now, almost everyone forgets the hidden variables when they shut down their cabin for the season. And there is just a stark contrast between simplified marketing theory and physical engineering reality. Marketing promises perfectly stable voltage and absolutely zero capacity loss. But real-world engineering? That requires us to actually factor in parasitic electronic strain and the massive, often totally ignored influence of temperature on the battery's chemistry. Let's look inside modern batteries. The battery management system, or BMS, it isn't just some passive safety switch. It's actually consuming a continuous microcurrent for things like Bluetooth modules, active cell balancing circuits, low-voltage monitoring, and MOSFET gate drivers. And if you look outside the battery, your inverter is consuming idle power too. These tiny standby drains, they accumulate over days and weeks, and honestly, they often far exceed the battery's natural chemical self-discharge. And then there's temperature, the other major culprit. High heat drastically accelerates internal chemical activity. That means faster self-discharge and, unfortunately, faster permanent aging. A battery roasting in a 40 degrees Celsius metal shed is going to degrade and discharge noticeably faster than one kept indoors at a nice, comfortable 20 degrees. On the flip side, freezing cold slows down the chemistry. It temporarily chokes your available output, making it look like you've lost capacity when you really haven't. Section 2. The 7-day isolation test. So instead of just guessing based on theory, we ran an actual measurement test. Here's our exact scientific methodology. First, we fully charge the battery using the correct charge profile to stabilize that surface charge. Second, we entirely disconnect all external loads to achieve true isolation. Third, we wait a full 7 days in a controlled storage environment, tracking the ambient temperature. And finally, we perform a controlled discharge measurement to see exactly what delivered amp hours remain. Now, the absolutely crucial point here is step 2, disconnecting everything. A battery connected to an off inverter is not truly disconnected. Even an inverter with no AC load connected is still consuming standby power. MPPT controllers, DC converters, routers, they do the exact same thing. They basically act as hidden energy thieves, constantly pulling power right out of your system. To get our exact results, we use a specific formula. By using real instrumentation, like a Coulomb counting battery monitor, we take the initial amp hours, subtract the final amp hours, divide by the initial, and multiply by 100. This gives us the exact percentage of energy lost, entirely bypassing all that guesswork from the marketing estimates. We're relying on hard, measurable data here, not assumptions. Section 3. Why voltage tests fail. So you might be wondering, why go through the trouble of a controlled discharge test? Why not just use a simple multimeter to check the battery voltage before and after storage? Well, a lot of online demonstrations simply show a voltage reading after storage and claim zero loss. But relying on voltage, that is a massive trap that catches so many off-grid users off guard because it completely misrepresents the underlying chemistry. To understand why, we have to look at the chemistry itself. LiFePO4 chemistry features what we call a voltage plateau. Because of this really unique characteristic, the voltage remains extremely flat and basically unchanged across a massive portion of the discharge curve. So your battery can actually lose a highly measurable amount of its true energy capacity, all while its surface voltage appears completely untouched. It's a really sneaky illusion. And this is exactly why Coulomb counting, which essentially acts like a tiny toll booth counting the actual energy flowing in and out of the battery, is a far more accurate detective tool than just looking at a voltage reading.
A basic multimeter voltage test can completely hide a measurable capacity decline. Coulomb counting, on the other hand, accurately tracks the actual amp hours you've lost. No hiding from that.
Section 4. Rules for battery storage. Okay, first things first, we absolutely have to distinguish between two completely different concepts: self-discharge and degradation. Self-discharge is just a temporary energy loss consumed by internal chemical reactions. It comes right back the moment you recharge the battery. Degradation, on the other hand, that is permanent chemical aging and total capacity reduction caused by heat, stress, or just poor storage. That capacity does not come back. Understanding this difference is absolutely key to diagnosing your system.
So how should you actually store your batteries to make sure they're healthy when you return to your seasonal cabin or DIY system? Well, follow these essential storage rules. Always physically disconnect those hidden loads we talked about. Avoid hot storage areas like sealed vehicles or direct sunlight, because heat really accelerates that permanent degradation. Never ever leave your lithium battery fully discharged, and always verify that no standby BMS loads remain active.
Think about your own storage setups for a second. Have you ever checked your battery after storage and found unexpected capacity loss? Consider your typical storage duration, the temperature conditions of your environment, and whether everything was truly physically disconnected. Because as we've seen, real-world measurements always tell a much better story than marketing claims. So what hidden loads might be silently draining your off-grid system right now?